Good day, everyone. We are Group 3 from BSS 3B, and welcome to our video presentation titled 80 by 86, The Digital DNA. I'm Roger Regalado, and joining me today are John Joshua Bora, Luis Vanderic Albanyo, and Reynaldo Reyes. So today, we'll explore the 80 by 86 microprocessor family, one of the most influential technologies that shape personal computing from laptop to gaming rigs to server power, ring the internet, and the 80 by 86 family has been the silent backbone of modern digital. So let's begin with an introduction to the 80 by 86. So the 80 by 86 microprocessor debuted in 1970, marking the rise of modern computing. It powered early PCs and influenced the development of laptops, and even game consoles. So every click, every key press, every program we open today still depends on by 86 instruction set, a legacy that continues across generations of devices. So the historic and personal relevance of it is understanding the 80 by 86 means understanding the foundation of our digital world, the technologies that each of us interacts with every single day. These points will guide our storytelling from personal encounters with the by 86 devices to its architecture and its future.
Now, let's move into our personal tech stories and how 80 by 86 processors have been part of our own journey. First encounters with 80 by 86 is the power. For me, I remember playing LAN games on a Pentium 3 PC as a kid. Those game nights made appreciate how processors make a real-time interactions possible. And for to do homework, back in our high school, our homework on PC ran on a Core 2 Duo. It made multitasking, like doing research and typing documents, smooth and reliable. So in Atom notebook on road trips, on family trips, I use on Intel Atom notebook, and it wasn't the fastest, but it let me browse, watch videos, and write notes anywhere. In Ryzen workstation for video projects, like today, many of us use Ryzen workstation for editing, school project, and content creation. All still built on the evolution of the 80 by 86 architecture.
Next, let's understand the architecture that powers all these experience. The 8086 has registered like EX, EPX, ECX, and EDX. This acts as small storage areas that handle data while we open files, executing tasks, or load game web. Fast registers means a smoother user experience. Slight impact on user experience. So this architectural decisions has a fast access, organized memory, optimized tasks. Our Y apps respond instantly and programs rarely lag on modern CPUs. So on slide pipeline our multitasking lives are super scalar pipelines. Pipeline allows CPU to process multiple instructions at once. This is why we can listen to music, browse the web, and edit documents simultaneously. So here at Slide Everyday Multitasks, from syncing Google Drive to gaming while invoice call 8086's parallelism keeps everything responsive.
Next slide is invisible everyday impact. So even when nothing thinking about CPUs, so the 80 by 86 architecture play a major role in our things. So our phones, our smartphones, laptops, alarm apps, and software are optimized for x66 servers and system. So even when waking up to an alarm indirectly relies on 80 by 66 powered system. So next, the classroom Windows laptops. So in school, our laptops run x64 processors, so they take a notes program, collaborate, and submit tasks efficiently. Hospital RMI consoles. In hospital MRI consoles, powered by x64 compute and display, medical images critical for diagnosing patients. Next is bank ATMs. So ATMs we use daily are built on 80 by 86 systems, ensuring secure and reliable banking transactions. Next is data centers. In our course, streaming services like Netflix rely on massive x86 powered data centers to deliver content to the million.
Now, let's look at what's next for the 80 by 86 family. By 86 is evolving with hybrid cores, integrated AI accelerators, and more secure hardware features. Personally, I hope for carbon neutral CPU so the 80 by 86 family is constantly evolving with new hybrid big little cores on chip AI accelerators and secure enclaves. These advancements ensures that the architecture remains relevant and capable of meeting our future technological needs. So here are the personal wish list for the next gen. So personally, I hope for a carbon neutral CPU manufacturer so we can rely on chips daily so sustainability matters.
I'd like to see open source microcode patches so communities can improve performance and fix issues faster.
I'm curious about quantum resistance instruction to protect data in a future where quantum computing becomes mainstream.
And I love to see native 3D style memory in consumer processor to boost speed for heavy tasks like gaming and simulation.
So lastly, the closing reflection. We are the 80 by 86 generation, school work, gaming, friendship, and careers, all shaped by this architecture.
From childhood PCs to our college laptops, A86 has always been part of our digital identity.
And as technology evolves, so will impact of 8086 on tools we use every day.
So as we look ahead, to stay curious about the silicon shaping our digital future.
Thank you for watching our presentation, the 80 by 86 My Digital Den. We hope you learned something new about how deeply this architecture is connected to our lives.